What if I told you that the life you're living right now, the habits you repeat, the choices you delay, the things you ignore, is quietly writing a story you might not like reading later? Yeah, I know that sounds heavy, but stay with me, because this isn't about fear, it's about truth. And most men don't hear this truth until they're sitting alone one evening, maybe in their 60s, staring at the ceiling, thinking, man, nobody warned me. So let me ask you straight, are you actually living your life, or are you just reacting to whatever comes your way? Because a lot of men wake up way too late and realize they spent decades chasing things that didn't even matter the way they thought they would. And the first thing that hits them is this quiet, uncomfortable realization that money, yeah, that thing they sacrificed everything for, isn't the hero they thought it would be. Don't get me wrong, money matters. It gives you options. It solves problems. It can make life easier. Sure, but it doesn't sit next to you when you feel empty. It doesn't laugh with you. It doesn't hug you. It doesn't replace the moments you missed while you were busy building something. And that's where it starts to hurt, because you remember the birthdays you skipped, the calls you didn't return, the simple evenings you could have spent with people who actually cared about you. And now those moments are gone. Just like that, no rewind button, no second take. And then it hits you even harder. You thought you had time. We all do that, right? We say things like, I'll do it later, or next year will be better, or I'll get to it when things calm down. But here's the thing, things don't calm down. Life just keeps moving. Days turn into months, months into years, and suddenly, you're not planning your future anymore. You're remembering your past. And it feels fast, like it all just slipped through your fingers while you were distracted. And somewhere in between all of that, your body starts sending signals too, small at first, easy to ignore. A little pain here, a little fatigue there, but you brush it off because, hey, you're busy, right? You've got responsibilities, deadlines, things to handle. Until one day, those small signals become loud problems. And now you're sitting in a doctor's office, wishing you had taken your health seriously when it was easy, when it was simple, when all it required was a little consistency. Because the truth is brutal, but fair, your body keeps score, and it always collects later. And then there's something even deeper, something most men never talk about out loud. The words they never said, the emotions they buried, the love they never expressed, because somewhere along the way, they were taught that being a man means staying quiet, staying tough, not showing too much. So they held it in, they swallowed it. They convinced themselves it didn't matter. But it does matter. It matters when the people you love don't hear how much they mean to you. It matters when apologies stay unspoken. It matters when appreciation is felt but never shared. Because one day, you don't get the chance anymore. And that silence? It becomes heavy. It lingers. It follows you around in quiet moments. And that's when regret starts to feel real. Not loud, not dramatic, just this slow, steady ache that doesn't go away. And then, almost out of nowhere, another thought creeps in, one that's even harder to shake. The realization that you played it safe your entire life. You avoided risks, stayed in your comfort zone, chose security over possibility. And at the time, it felt smart, responsible even. But later it feels like something is missing. Like there was a version of you that could have done more, seen more, become more. And you never gave that version a chance. Because here's the truth most people won't tell you: failure isn't what haunts you. It's the chances you didn't take, the doors you didn't open, the dreams you quietly set aside because they felt too big, too uncertain, too uncomfortable. And those what-ifs don't fade. They stick around. They show up when everything else gets quiet. And right alongside that comes another realization. Some of the people you kept in your life, they weren't good for you. Maybe you knew it deep down. Maybe you felt it but ignored it. Because leaving felt hard. Because starting over felt scary. Because you told yourself it's not that bad. But time has a way of revealing things clearly. And one day you look back and see how much energy, time, and peace you lost trying to hold on to people who were never meant to stay. People who drained you, who held you back, who made you question yourself. And it hits you. You weren't growing in those environments. You were shrinking. Slowly, quietly, without even noticing. And then comes the heaviest realization of all. The one that sits deep in your chest. The understanding that maybe, just maybe, you didn't live your life for you. You lived it based on expectations, on what others wanted, on what looked right from the outside. You followed the path that made sense to everyone else, but not necessarily to you. And now, after all those years, you're left asking yourself a question that feels both simple and terrifying. Who am I? Really? Because when you strip away the roles, the responsibilities, the expectations, what's left? That question alone can shake a man to his core. But here's the thing, and listen carefully, because this matters more than anything else I've said. It's not too late. As long as you're here, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're aware, you still have time to change direction. Maybe not everything, maybe not perfectly, but enough to make a difference. Enough to live more honestly, more intentionally, more fully. So don't wait for life to force you into regret. Don't wait for a moment where you're sitting there wishing you could go back. Because you can't go back. But you can move forward differently. You can call that person today. You can take better care of your health starting now. You can finally say what you've been holding in. You can take a step toward the thing you've been avoiding. Even if it's small, even if it's messy. It counts, it matters. And if something in this hit you, if even one part made you stop and think, don't ignore that feeling. That's your wake-up call. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment. Share this with someone who needs it. Start a conversation. Take one action today that your future self will thank you for. Because at the end of the day, it's not about living a perfect life. It's about living a real one. A life where you show up, where you try, where you feel, where you don't leave everything unsaid. Because the goal isn't just to grow older, it's to grow wiser. And maybe, just maybe, to have fewer regrets when you finally look back. And before you leave, don't just nod your head and move on like this was just another video. Because this only matters if you actually do something with it. So here's the real suggestion, simple on the surface, but life-changing if you take it seriously. Start living like your time is limited, not endless. Because it is. And once you truly accept that, everything shifts. You stop delaying important conversations. You stop wasting energy on people who drain you. You stop saying one day, and you start saying today. Call that person you've been thinking about, but keep putting off. Fix that relationship if it can be fixed, or walk away if it's breaking you. Take care of your body like it's your only home, because it is. Move more, eat better, rest properly. Not because someone told you to, but because your future self is counting on you. And listen, stop pretending you don't have dreams. You do. You've just buried them under responsibilities and fear. Bring one of them back to life. Not all at once, not perfectly, just one small step. That's how everything changes. And when it comes to your emotions, say it. Whatever it is, say it. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. Those words carry more weight than you realize. And one day, you won't get another chance to say them. Don't let silence become your biggest regret. And most importantly, be honest with yourself. Like, brutally honest. Are you living a life that actually feels like yours? Or are you just playing a role to keep everyone else comfortable? Because at the end of the day, nobody else has to live with your choices, you do. So choose wisely. Choose courage over comfort, growth over fear, truth over approval, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Especially then, because that's where real change begins. And here's the thing most people miss. It's not about making one big decision that magically fixes everything. It's about the small decisions you make every single day. What you do today, tomorrow, and the day after that. Those choices quietly shape your future. So start now. Not next week, not next year, now. Because years from today, you're going to look back at this exact moment. And you'll either say, "That's when everything changed," or "That's when I ignored it." Make sure it's the first one.